Well, there's some pushback tonight to this. The latest anti-King Street pilot project campaign launched this morning by a local business owner. Some commuters say they're not only sick of getting an icy reception, but are also tired of seeing those now infamous middle finger ice sculptures that have been popping up here along King Street. So some commuters say they're now prepared to fight back with their wallets. And a warning, some of the campaigns featured in my story are not just controversial, some would even argue they're vulgar.
They're insisting this pilot lasts for a year. We cannot afford it. I'm not misleading. Done.
A morning news conference ends with the beginning of a new movement on King Street.
Before you go, screw you too. Like, seriously. Why are you giving the finger to everyone that passes by your restaurant?
A transit rider heckles Kit Kat restaurant owner Al Carbone, frustrated by this. Carbone's previous anti-pilot project campaign that saw about a half dozen middle finger ice sculptures erected outside of businesses across King. Some saw it as a cold shoulder to the 72,000 commuters who use King every day.
I'm just angry. I'm just angry that every time I pass by that place and see the finger, I feel like they're giving it directly to me.
Carbone, meanwhile, was there to unveil his latest social media campaign against the King Street pilot project.
We'd like the mayor to reverse it immediately. It's hurting too many businesses all at once.
Carbone encouraging people to use the hashtag #ReverseKingCarBan, a motto backed this morning by Councillor Giorgio Mammoliti as the political warfare over King Street intensifies. A movement that appears to be catching some pro-pilot King Street businesses in the middle. One restaurant owner refused to go on record today, citing fears of angering Ford Nation. Mayoral candidate Doug Ford, also a vocal critic of the King Street pilot project. The city launched the pilot back in November, giving streetcars priority between Jarvis and Bathurst. Early city data showing it sped up commutes by an average of 2.6 minutes.
We're here to give the thumbs up to the King Street pilot in response to another finger we're seeing down the street.
Today, a group of transit users launched their own hashtag, KingEatsPilot, a grassroots movement that saw a dozen people invade this local burrito joint that took to Twitter to distance itself from the frigid finger sculptures.
We're here supporting King Street businesses, all people who love transit, who actually took TTC from across the city to come here and support King Street.
Marketing expert Mark Gordon says anytime a business gets political, there's the potential to leave a bad taste in the mouth of patrons.
Yeah, absolutely. If businesses get political, they risk alienating their customers because rule number one is customers hate conflict.
Transit users say they're willing to put their money where their mouth is, and they hope both the city and businesses are listening.
We support businesses that support Toronto.
Now, some businesses have some numbers of their own. Some argue that their business has dropped as much as 50% since the pilot project came into effect in mid-November. The city, meanwhile, has responded to that by launching a number of initiatives, such as parking discounts in order to bring the cars back to King.